Hey, you still muted. Hold on. You gotta unmute yourself.
I thought I did.
Here we go.
I usually do as the shimmer thing goes, but I forgot tonight. Hey y'all, hey.
Hey, girl. Hey, Gems and Gents.
Welcome to the Hustle and Shine podcast. It is me, Tiffany Mathias, the one true Phoenix.
And it's your girl, Melvie, the MV Pen. And we are missing the Queen Pen today. She had some things she had to deal with. So, as you know, we support mental health and we support us taking care of family and home first. So, we miss her, but sending her all the love and all the everythings. And me and the Phoenix gonna try to hold down this show topic without her. We're gonna hold it down. But thank y'all for joining us on another Diamond Wednesday for Hustle and Shine.
It's Wednesday.
Wednesday we wear diamonds and we hustle and we shine. Thank
Yes,
y'all for joining us. Tiff, tell them what they gotta do before we even get started.
girl. Now they know that before we proceed any further, they need to head on over to the YouTube. They need to like, share, comment, subscribe, tag a friend, do all the things that you need to do so that the people know we here. They want to be part of the conversation. And
Yeah.
then if you tag them and they don't, respond, call them on the phone and tell them to get over here because tonight we're discussing attracting abundance through gratitude.
Yes, we're continuing our November long month of gratitude and talking about all of that. And speaking of November, if y'all have been missing our November journaling series, y'all are slipping. But you got one more Sunday. One more Sunday. You got one more Sunday to join us for our November journaling series. So far, the series has been so amazing. All of our workshop leaders have dropped some gems and given us some insight and some things we can use to better our journaling life. So if you have missed it, make sure you get the last one. This is our last journaling workshop for the year. So head over to diamondwriters.com/events and register. It is completely free. So make sure you are in the building. And then while you are on our website registering for the November journaling series, nominations are now open for the Diamond and Blanc Awards Gala that will be happening in May 2025 in New York City. So make sure you head over there and nominate. And the great thing about this event and these nominations is they are open to our gems and gents. So make sure you go. There are 8 categories where you can nominate someone. Um,
Or yourself.
or yourself. Correct. Or yourself. Make sure you go in, nominate so that they can be recognized and given their flowers or their diamonds in while they can still enjoy them at the Diamonds and Blonde Gala in New York. Tickets for the gala will go on sale in January for our pressure weekend. So stay tuned, but make sure y'all go nominate and join us for the November series. What you got to
I
say,
am
Tiff?
Listen, I'm so excited about all the stuff that's coming through the pipeline for the writing season, our fifth writing season.
Yeah.
Um, 2025 new diamonds will be joining the collective. The new book is coming out. There are new programs and projects that are in the works. If you missed any of the interest calls, you missed getting a sneak peek into all of the things that it is that we're doing. But remember, a way to stay in tune with what it is that we're doing is to follow us. You can
Yes.
follow Mel V. You can follow myself. You can follow the Queen Pen. You can follow the Diamond Writer pages. You see all the things down there. I don't. I think we need to update that because I don't think we're doing Twitter no more or X or whatever that is because boo Elon. But
Yeah.
yeah,
But yes, make sure y'all follow us. And you can also on our website, you can subscribe to our page, and that way you'll get newsletters with updates about things that are going on. We will have more journaling series next year. The new book is coming out. We'll have new diamonds next year. So it's so much happening in 2025. So much, so much, so much. So make sure that you stay connected with us, stay in tune with us, and stay up to date with what we got going on.
yes. So I see the people are coming into the building. That's why we do this banter, this back and forth. It gives people time to come into the space. Let us know that you're here. And since we're in the season of gratitude, drop something in the chat. Let us know something that you are grateful for. Um, yeah. And we're gonna get into that. But before we get into this episode, I shared it with Mel and Tima. You know, I was scrolling social media, minding everybody else's business, and a viral post came across my screen. So Mel, hit me with my graphic.
And mad that she laughed. She laughed at the same time as you. That was
I'm
funny.
mad she actually looked like me.
Kind of a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Especially with
Oh,
your new red hair.
that's what I was about to say. Who was here who saw my promo and I was blonde? I had the cute. There you go. See, look at that. Look at that. Your girlie is a redhead now. I'm so talented.
One time for the switch up.
Yeah, and I cut like 3 inches off. I might need to actually have somebody go in there and like clean it up a little bit because it was just me, my 2 hands, and my mirrors. So, but I still look cute. Anyway, straight to the comments. Viral post. There was a young lady who was on Instagram who asked the question, "Do married women go on girls trips?" And then she responded, "No, we don't. We don't go on girls' trips. What we looking for? We already married. Um, we want to meet up. We could go to Target. We could do brunch. We could do this, that, next, and another." But she was standing on business that married women do not go on girls' trips, right? So I hopped into the comments to see what the responses were, and it was kind of, I want to say, 70-30 that the women were like, "Oh, yes, we do go on girls' trips, right? Yes, we do absolutely go on girls' trips." But then the other 30%, some of them spent more time critiquing her in her physical appearance and talking about her hair. And then the other, I want to say like 25% of them, they were saying no, that they don't go on these trips. Their husband is their best friend, and this is the only person that they need to go on vacation and travel with and all this other stuff. But I felt like her comments got a little too hot for her because she then came back and doubled down on it. So first she shaded the people who commented on her appearance, but then she said the reason that she don't go on girls trips is because one, her husband be paying for the trips, and two, she's not a girl's girl and she don't need to be around no B words. And that got me to thinking, oh, maybe that's why you don't go on girls trips because you don't got the right set of girlfriends. Cause me, I'm a married woman and I'm gonna go on a girls trip. And you wanna know what I'm looking for on this girls trip? I ain't looking for a man. I'm looking to reset and restore and recalibrate and reconnect with my girlfriends and get away from this man and these kids because though I love them, I do need to breathe.
No, facts.
So
No,
I'm
I
just
agree.
saying,
No, like I mean, I was married before, and I hope to be married again one day. And I'm like, listen, yes, I'm going on some girls trips, and I need my husband to go on some boys trips. And I think the big conflict or the big thing that people, what I'm saying, why the issue is because you got to know the girls that you're going on these girls trips with. You know what I'm saying? Like even being single right now and not married or whatever, my friendship circle, the women that I hang out with, that I go, to brunch with, or that I talk to, or that I surround myself with, are a different type of woman. I'm not surrounding myself with, you know what I'm saying? And no shade to them, but I'm not surrounding myself with the city girls type of chicks. That's just not the energy that I want. That's not the energy that I want, and that energy is not going to attract the people that I want in my space. So just like Cindy was going on a girls trip, you saying like, well, what you looking for? Well, depending on the group of girlfriends that you go with, that may not be the motive. So maybe your girlfriends who's hot in the pants and out here having a hot girl summer are not the girls you need to go on a girls trip with if you married. You need to go on a girls trip with your friends who, one, support your marriage, respect you and your partner, who are either themselves married or are in a position where they're looking or have the married mindset of how to conduct themselves out and about. So maybe if your husbands or whatever got issues with you going on girls trips, it's not the girls trip, it's the girls going on the trip that they got the problem with. You know what I'm saying? But you need a girls trip. Like it's your partner, although your partner should be your best friend and should be, top or your list of people, everything in your life cannot be surrounded and be solely about your partner at all, because what's going to happen when they're not there for whatever reason? They got to travel for work, they got to be, something happens, and I'm not even talking about the extremes of them passing away, but they're just not there for a couple of
Mhm.
days. You ain't gonna know what to do, because everything about your life, you've based it on doing it with this person. You need to have other insights. You need to have other, ideas, other thoughts, other brains, other minds, other spirits around you, positive ones,
Mhm.
nonetheless. But you got to have other friends and other people. And I need, what I'm saying, my partner, I need you to go on a good guys trip too. Now I need to know the guys you're going with, because some of them will be like, you can't,
Yeah,
don't go, don't go with
yeah.
Tyrone, because
I was going to say Marcus. Yeah, you can't go on the boys trip with Marcus. Every time Marcus come over to watch football with you, he got a new chick on his arm. So no, you can't go. You can't go on the boys trip. You can't go on the fishing. You can't go on the guys weekend with Marcus,
no,
cause Marcus gonna get y'all in trouble, right?
right. But you
And the
need to
same thing,
know.
you know,
There's things that you, let's be real. There, as much as everybody be like, oh, I talk to my spouse about everything. Listen, there are
like
certain things that you, even if you do, there are certain things that your husband, if you're a woman, or your wife, if you're a man, can empathize with you, but they don't know. They can't. You can't. There's things that they're not gonna have insight on, because they're not male or female. They're not.
no.
You need to have good girlfriends where you can talk about things that affect women, and you can get relatable responses. Just like I need you to go and talk to your male friends and get that male bonding and that male motivation and that masculine energy and around you, so that you can come back and sit in your role the way you need to. We need that, and we need a break. I need to miss you.
Girl, you ain't never lied with that one. You have never lied. Like, and I get it, right? There are couples who that's my best friend, that's my best friend, and I love that. Like, and all that. Matter of fact, when they lay down at night, they pillow talk and gossip, about everything or whatever, right? But there comes a point in time where you do have to be two separate individuals,
Mm-hmm.
separate from each other. Yes, you came together, you're a union, but that doesn't mean you're not an individual. And your spouse cannot pour into you 100% everything that you need, and you cannot pour into your spouse everything that they need. You must replenish from different wells, right? So that was all my 2 cents there. More power to her. If the only time she leave the country, she go on a trip or whatever it is with her husband and her kids, I love that for her. But me, yeah, I'm gonna be looking
Book
for
the
me a
flight.
girl trip.
Look, book the flight. And the crazy part is, the sad part is, I mean, I don't even know this lady. She very well could be. I was like, but it wouldn't it be something that she not even married?
You know, the fact that people just sit here and do the absolute most on social media just for attention is another thing. I think what also would be extremely sad is if she was out here standing on all this business and he wasn't. But I ain't gonna talk about nobody else's marriage because I don't want nobody talking about mine.
Listen,
So
I ain't talking about it, but I'm just like, listen, her husband probably like, please go on a girls trip. Please let me watch football in peace. Please go somewhere else and give me
right.
2 seconds. Like, I mean, just in natural human existence, you get sick of people sometimes. Like, and it's not nothing against that person, but sometimes you be like, I got friends that I love dearly, but sometimes I be like, just give me a day.
Right.
Give me a day. Like, let me just, I need, because again, also when you with somebody 24/7, 365, you run out of stuff to talk about. You run out of stuff to do. Like, I see you every single day. I talk to you all day, every day. We gonna run. It's gonna get boring because I'm gonna run out of stuff to talk about with you. I'm gonna run out of stuff to do. The spice, like, let me go away for a day, for 8 hours, and come back and you
Hmm.
miss me for a little bit, so that when you miss me, you can miss me. You know what I mean? Like, miss me for real. Like,
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly.
To her each their own. You don't want to go, don't go. But as for me and mine, I'm going on a girls trip. We out.
We As a matter of fact, you need to write that down because we're gonna put that on a t-shirt too. As for me and mine, we going on the girls trip, or we going on the diamond retreat. That should be the logo for next year.
As for me and mine, we retreating. Okay.
But listen, we got the comments are blowing up. Let's see who's been in the space with us tonight. We asked y'all to drop in the chat what y'all are thankful for. And so here comes Sister Taisha. Hey, Diamond, I'm grateful for being able to laugh today. Girl, laughter is the key to life, as my brother Damon used to say. Bernadette said, I'm grateful for health and strength. All right, yes. And who else we got in here? Chantel said, I'm grateful for a successful surgery. Amen, Ashe. We are here with you on that one. So thanks very much, everybody, for sharing. Keep the comments coming in. We love seeing and hearing from y'all. But we're gonna get into this episode. It is time for us to dive into attracting abundance through gratitude. So up first, profound gratitude and generosity.
Yes. So some of y'all are like, what's profound gratitude? So profound. I can't even talk today. Look, profound. Profound gratitude. It's a concept that goes beyond the polite thank you and occasional moments of feeling thankful. Profound gratitude is a deep-seated, all-encompassing appreciation for life's experiences, both the highs and the lows, the mundane and the magical.
Hmm. Yeah.
How many of y'all can say that you have profound gratitude? It's that it's beyond just, the thankful. It's really genuinely appreciating the fact that someone did something for you, or that
Hmm.
someone thought about you, or someone cared enough to show up for you. It goes deeper than just that superficial stuff. It's really deep, and it tends to expand beyond just yourself when you really amplify a sense of profound gratitude. It leads to your innate feeling to want to do for others,
Hmm.
which ties into the generosity piece. And it's people tend to take generosity as an obligation sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, it's not. People don't have to do this. People don't have to do these things for you. People don't have to show up for you. People don't have to give you, their last. And I think sometimes we don't pay attention to that. When we ask people for things or ask people to do things for us and they do it, we never stop to think about what did that person sacrifice to be able to do this for me.
Absolutely.
We're just so stuck. We're just so enamored by the fact that what we needed done was done. That we never stop to take a moment to be like, well, wait, are you even in a position to do this for me? Or
You know,
go ahead.
yes. I was gonna say that's actually got me thinking about the flip side of the coin with that. And it's the times when that person who is so generous with you has to say no. And it gets me to thinking about I think it's a lyric in a song, something to the effect about the one time I said no, you would think I never said yes, right? So people become so used to receiving
Mm-hmm.
that when they don't get what it is that they're accustomed to getting, it's almost a shock to their system. They're appalled. What do you mean you can't do this for me, right? And so when I think of profound gratitude, I take it down to even the most minute thing, being able to wake up and open my eyes in the morning and be able to move my limbs of my own will, right? Being able to have a job that I love and that loves me and do work that I feel aligns with my mission vision, my personal mission vision and purpose in life, right? Thank you, job, right? Thank you um to my family, for being there for me during my downtime. Thank you to my friends for answering my calls and my like taking
Mhm.
it down to where it's not even a tangible thing that you receive, but more the person's time and effort,
Mhm.
which is something that is invaluable, right? Because
Mhm.
you can't place a value on somebody's time and effort,
Yeah,
you
and you
know, that
can't
they
give it
give
back.
you. Right? Can you really ever pay back somebody's time?
Nope.
Like one of the things that used to get me is making plans and saying, "Oh, I'm going to meet you at such and such a time," and then because of how I am, if I say I'm going to meet you at 2 o'clock, my goal is to be there no later than 1:50, right? Because I don't want you getting there and wasting time, right? Because you could be doing something else. So
Mhm.
for me, if I tell you let's meet up at 2 o'clock and I get there at 1:50 and it's now 2:15, 2:30 and I haven't heard from you, like you haven't respected my time, my generosity, like, and you cannot give me back that 45 minutes. There's nothing you can do to give me back that 45 minutes.
Yeah. No, that's that. Time is the only thing you cannot get back, and people don't. Like you said, people don't take that into account and consideration. Like giving somebody your time is an immense show of generosity
Yes.
because it's something you can't buy. You can't buy more of it. You can't return it. You can't get more of it. It is what once that time once it's gone, it's gone.
And the
There's no
funny, yeah, and the funny thing is time is probably the one thing we're all born with, right? Regardless of what socioeconomical class you're born into, you were still all given the same 24 hours in a day, the same 7 days in a week, right?
Mhm.
It's all a matter in how you spend that time. Do you spend it in service of others so that it comes back to you? And we'll get into that later on when we start talking about generosity and reciprocity and everything like that. But we're all given the same amount of time. Yes, nobody, knows the day, minute, and hour when that time will end. But each day we wake up, we're all given the same 24 hours.
Mhm.
So
It
who are you to
reminds
waste
me
somebody's time?
It reminds me of that movie, and why can I not think of the name of it right now? With Justin Timberlake.
Hmm.
I can't. It's called Time something.
I think where they could jump through time.
No, where each person
They
basically
would
you had.
steal time. I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I can't remember, but it was like you were born. Once you were born, you were given. Everybody was born and was given a certain amount of time, and then your time didn't start ticking down. I think until you turned 21. And then once you turn 21, your time would start decreasing. And then based on your socioeconomic status, what you do, you could you in theory could get time. So when you went to work, they paid you in time.
Hmm.
They got paid in time. But then everything that you did, like when they went to get, if you had to get on the bus, you had to pay. You had to swipe your wrist, and it deducted time from you. Everything that you had to do deducted time, and you could like share time. And I remember like the scene in the movie where um his mother was running out of time. And so he got paid that day and he was rushing to get to her to give her some of his time. And something happened like the bus didn't come or something. And so both of them start running
Hmm.
and they're like running to each other and he sees her and her time is like clicking. She has like seconds left. And they get within like inches of each other. And he's trying to reach for her. Her time runs out and she like basically dies like right then and there. And it just makes you think like that movie that you're just when you were saying it, it made me think of that about like that generosity of time, like how much giving someone time really means. Like
Hmm.
you can give money, do other things, but giving somebody your time, you're giving them a piece of your life.
Literally.
You know what I mean? Like you're literally giving them a piece of your life. And for some people in that moment, like if you are so, some people are so transactional.
Hmm.
So it's like, well, what do I get if I do this for you? Or if I do this, how does this benefit me? Um,
Mhm.
and that's not generosity.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Generosity is giving freely and willingly without any sense of some sort of reciprocation in return. And it's like you don't never just think about that scene in the movie. It's like you don't know how the time you take, the 2 minutes that you may take to show some level of gratitude to someone or to be generous enough to spare those 2 minutes to hear somebody out or to give a compliment to somebody, what that could do to change or save someone's life.
Exactly. That is so deep, Mel. That is so deep. And it has me with where I was with it with um the giving and receiving of gratitude being secular, meaning it's an exchange of energy, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so as I give of myself to you and you give to the next person, it should come back around. And that's where the generosity comes from. But
Mm-hmm.
making sure that when you are giving so graciously, right, you're giving to those who appreciate what it is that you are giving to them.
Man, I
Um,
gotta go watch that movie because everything you just said is all in that movie. Like that movie is so relevant to this thing about time because
so
it's in time.
here we go, Michelle McCall. Listen, the diamonds were in there. They was googling. They was searching. They was,
Yes, the diamonds
oh
is
yes,
nine diamonds. A few people
mhm,
dropped it, but yeah,
yes,
because even in that movie, it was like he had got them it's like some crazy amount of time, and he gave it to one of his friends, and like his friend like died because he had like all he didn't know how to deal with all the time he had, and he started like squandering his time,
mm-hmm,
and that's so it's so deep right now thinking about that. Like you squander your time on frivolous things and things that
social
have
media.
no benefit to you, that are of no consequence for you, that in no way give back to you or the people around you. You squander that time. And guess what? When you're done squandering that time, what's left in your life? Nothing. You squandered it. It's over. It's done. And once that time is done, it's done. And that, like you were saying, none of us know when our clock will run out. None of us know that. And it's like when that day comes, you can't be like, oh no, no, wait, I need 5 more minutes because I gotta go. I gotta tell somebody that I love them. Or no, 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 wait, wait, I gotta tell somebody I said thank you. Or no, no, that's it. Like you don't get to go back and make good use of your time if you did not make good use of your time while you had it.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're done with time because this is not an episode about time. But it was just the thing. Like it's so real to think about how in being generous with all the things that you could give to somebody, we never think about time being the most generous thing you could give
Hmm.
to someone because it's literally the only thing that doesn't really have currency attached.
Yeah. I was in a workshop one day and the person was speaking on how we live our lives. And the question was asked, when someone passes away and you buy a tombstone,
Mm-hmm.
the most important the most important thing on that tombstone is the dash. It's not the date and the birth date, and it's not
Mm-hmm.
the transition date. The most important thing on that tombstone is the dash. So what do you do with your dash? Like that was what the did you feel the goosebumps go up?
That's deep. Like no, that's deep. Like no, seriously.
What did you do with your dash? Like that was what the whole topic of the workshop was. So yeah.
No,
There's
that's
something to pose to the people out there. You're watching this. What are you doing with your dash? Are you using your dash to express gratitude and appreciation towards the next man or woman in your life, to society? Yeah.
yeah. How is your how are you being generous with your dash?
How are you being generous with your dash? There you go. Drop something in the chat there. If you are being generous with your dash, what was the last thing that you did to show to express your your generosity?
Mhm.
to
And
express your gratitude in the
something
day.
not monetary. Something not monetary, because we'll be quick to be like, oh well, I bought so and so. Not unless here's my caveat to the monetary, unless what you did monetarily was an immense sacrifice for you.
Mm. All
Yeah.
right. But while the community is thinking and dropping those in, we're going to move into our next topic for the evening, which is faith filled gratitude and fulfillment. Ooh, that's a tongue twister right there. Faith filled gratitude and fulfillment. So while
Actually,
preparing,
you take that one.
that's why you gave that one to me. You didn't want to say that tongue twister. Faith filled gratitude and fulfillment. So while preparing for this, the first thing that came from my mind is faith filled gratitude. And that is something that I just mentioned about thanking God when you open your eyes in the morning for the fact that you were capable of opening your eyes because there was somebody this morning who did not, right? Also being appreciative for all that he has given to you, even though it did not come how you expected it or how you wanted it, he's still continuing to provide for you and will continue to. And so, as you continue to express gratitude to God for the things that He's doing for you, this continues to strengthen your relationship and your connection to Him,
Hmm.
right? This allows you to give of yourself with a pure heart, or at least it should. You know, there's some people who, you know, I think they give with the notion that because I did this thing, it makes me a good person.
Mm.
So they're putting like a little kind of like asterisk on the reason why they did something because it makes them look good or because it's going to elevate them in some kind of way there. But is that giving through with a pure heart and in a godly way?
Mm.
So that's what I'm dropping out there to the community.
So I'm gonna take it a little bit more because we're word nerds here, and so since Natima's not here today, I feel like I need to channel her word nerd energy. So I really want like to break down faith filled gratitude, right? Um, Biblically, it says that faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So that's you're basically saying this faith filled gratitude is being thankful for things that you hope you'll get, but you have no clear evidence that it'll actually happen.
Mm,
So being thankful for tomorrow, knowing that you may not see tomorrow, but being so thankful because even if you don't see tomorrow, you know that your family and your friends or your children will get to see tomorrow. You know what I mean? Being thankful for the business that you're going to have before you have it. Being thankful for that spouse that's coming who has not come yet. Being
hmm.
thankful for those children that you're going to have that you have not birthed yet. Like being thankful for things that God has not given you yet, but because you trust Him enough and believe in Him enough to know that it will come in His time, still being thankful for it. And I think with what Natima, when she came up with this topic and the fulfillment part, is understanding that that's how the fulfillment comes. You don't wait until you get something to then thank God for it. You thank Him for it before He does it, because
Exactly.
that's when He will fulfill those promises. Is when He realizes and sees that your love for Him and your thankfulness for Him and your faith in Him is not transactional. Because we talked about
Exactly.
transactional earlier, and I God is one from a lot of people subconsciously don't even realize they're doing it, but that's probably the relationship that we implement transactional relations with the most. It's like, God, if you do this for me, then I'll.
Well, when people are in trouble. Like, dear God, please get me out of this, and I will promise that I will never. Right. So right there, you made a transaction. if you do this for me, I will then do that. And then, first of all, is it that whole sentence is reversed? God, because you are doing this for me, I am going to, is how the prayer should go, right?
Mm-hmm.
If
Mm-hmm.
you are really in tune with yourself and your relationship with God, then you know everything that is for you, He has already mapped out and planned out before you were even planted in your mother's womb and came to this earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, He already has these things, that all the things that you are going to want,
Yeah.
all of these things you think you're going to need, all of these things that you desire, He already knows what they are. He knew what they were before you did.
Yeah.
So it's there for you. You just have to move out of your own way and go for it by being in relationship with Him
Yeah.
and being true in the relationship, not the whole, oh, only time I call on Him is
When
when I'm in trouble. He's not
I
911. He's not a first responder.
know.
He is the responder.
Right. Hey, come on and preach today. But also, like even to add what you said, what you were saying too, it's also showing that gratitude and thanks for the things he doesn't do.
Because
Because we
I
think,
know you didn't do this for me because
yeah,
I
trusting
know
that's
you
like
didn't do this.
I knew I wanted this job, but it didn't happen. And we get so distraught, but it's like it didn't happen for a reason. Like you gotta be thankful for the fact that you got called for the interview.
Hmm.
Because somebody did it. If you didn't get the job, it's okay. Thank you for another opportunity to sharpen my interview skills for the next opportunity. But
Exactly.
we don't thank him for the things he doesn't do because we think it's punishment. We don't look at it as salvation or saving because there's so many things that we want and that we ask for and that we put out there that truly probably wouldn't be good for us if we got them when we asked for them or at all. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we get upset. I used to get really frustrated, like if my GPS had to detour me or if something happened, I was supposed to leave and I couldn't.
Hmm.
And then I remember years ago, something like that happened. And then where I was supposed to go at the time I was supposed to go there, it was like this huge accident.
Hmm.
And then I was like, you know what? I got to stop always thinking or like being upset about things that don't happen my way because sometimes things you get detoured to be saved. It's not to frustrate you or to, you know what I'm saying, prolong your gratification. It's to save you from something that's down that road that you are not either A, not equipped to overcome, or B, it's not time for you to overcome it.
Yeah.
And we don't thank him for the things. And so I've learned in my prayer, I thank him, thank you for everything you did for me and everything you didn't do. Because there are things that he didn't do that you don't even know he didn't do. You don't even know that he did that he did this for you. It didn't even come your way. You ain't even see
Hmm.
it. It didn't even make a stint in your life. You have no idea that this happened, but he protected you from it. So it's like I always say, thank you for the things that you did and the things that you did for me and the things you gave me and the things you didn't do and didn't give me. Because clearly I know that they were for a reason. And so that
Exactly.
faith-filled gratitude is, you know, really, really being thankful for the things that are not present in front of you. It's very easy to be thankful for things you can see, touch, feel, smell. It's very easy. But the
Hmm.
things that have yet to happen for you is where that faith filled gratitude comes in, and that's where you really get to fulfillment because most of the times the greatest things that happen in your life happen unexpectedly. They happen when
Yeah.
you're not looking for them.
Exactly.
It's like you ever like lose something and you like tearing up the house looking for it and you can't find it. And then one random day, you don't even thinking about it, you're not even stressing about it, and it's sitting in the most obvious place, just sitting there. But because you were so focused and frantic about finding this and having this right now at this moment, you couldn't even see it sitting right in front of you.
Hmm.
And so it's like sometimes when you take a step back from something and you just thankful for the fact that I have what I have and I'll make do with what I have, the things that you want and you need will come in fulfillment after that.
Exactly.
But that's it. I ain't come to preach today.
Listen, I first of all, I'm the queen of. I'm gonna put this thing here because when I need it, I'm gonna remember where it is and never remembering where it was I put the thing because so I'm famous for that, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so as you were saying, go around frantically looking in the same places over and over again, the places where I think it makes sense for it to be, and then finally giving up, and then it's like, oh, here it is over here yonder. Like, no, I don't remember putting it over here. Would have swore on my life that that's not where it was. But, but as soon as I stopped focusing on it, it appeared. And so it's not only with a tangible thing, think of that about things that you want in life. Like if you stop putting all your energy into something and wanting it so bad and just take a step back, breathe,
Yeah.
it'll come.
And
So we got the comments blowing up over here. Oh my goodness. You seeing them? I see you keep peeking.
let's see where we at. Let's scroll up a little bit here.
Let's see what the thing that people did for other people that
Chantel said, I took someone grocery shopping who doesn't have a car. Good
that
job.
took her time, that took her gas, that took yeah.
Yeah, no. Let's see. What is Diamond Van Beethoven? Come on, Van Beethoven. I was saying this the other day. God slash universe gives us things we need, and we be so tight because it ain't what we want. You get what you get, and you don't get upset. LOL. But this goes back to what Tiff said last week. She said she didn't deserve things, and her mom was like, "Who said you don't?" I think she
Hmm.
the next. She said it. She said he said younger said that like she didn't deserve, I guess, bad things happening, but her mom is like, "Who said you don't deserve it?" Makes me think, be grateful about what's happening because you know worse can and do exist. We only seem,
Exactly.
we only seem grateful when the real obvious things occur, but when ish could be worse, then how we make them, we are not grateful. Yep. Listen, I've been in my house, you know, especially recuperating from this weekend, all
Hmm.
that weekend. So I be watching a lot of movies, and I don't know what movie I was watching again. And in the movie, it might have been a show, a documentary, I don't know. But the guy was saying when he was younger, he for Christmas he wanted a basketball. All
Hmm.
he wanted was a basketball. And when Christmas came, he didn't get a basketball. He got a
Got a
sweater.
cold.
He got a sweater. He got some heavy sweater and like a coat or
Uh-huh.
something. And he was saying like he was so mad about this sweater and coat because he wanted the basketball. And then like a couple of weeks later, there was like this crazy blizzard out. And he was like, and all I know is he was like, I was so glad I had that sweater and that coat and not that basketball. He was like, because that basketball would have did nothing for me. He was like, well, first of all, it's a blizzard. I can't go play no basketball. And he was like, and it wouldn't have did nothing for me in this blizzard. And I'm like, sometimes, just like what Diamond said and what you were saying, we get so enamored with what we want and
Hmm.
wanting things to happen and show up the way we want them to happen and how we want them to show up and when we still take time to still be thankful for the things that we do get, because guess
Yep.
what, there's you got a coat, there's kids and there's people out here that's not getting nothing, not nothing, they don't even got a
Not,
Christmas tree, some of them don't have a house or somewhere to lay their head. So you know what I'm saying, we get so caught up in what we want and then we forget to be thankful for the things that we do receive, not knowing that, and not all the time, sometimes you do get stuff that's really not useful to you, let's just be honest. Sometimes you get some things it's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Not just at Christmas, just in life, sometimes you get things and you're like, I don't know what to
what
do,
the hell?
but
But thank you.
but thank you anyway, I'll figure it out. But sometimes you get things that aren't necessarily what you want, but they're the things that you need.
Hmm.
that means so much more than just the things that you want. And that's that profound gratitude, and that faithful gratitude, and accepting that I have this, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it, but I'm thankful enough that you saw something. And this goes for people and for God, because I'll be honest, sometimes God done gave me some stuff, and I be like, God, I don't want to do this, and I don't know why. I don't want to do this. I don't know why you picked me. Why you gave this to me? Like you messed up on the assembly line because this was supposed to go to somebody else. But then just being thankful, because clearly, if He gave you this gift, this talent, this thought, this idea, if somebody gave you a gift, not just somebody that's just being cheap and just whatever, but somebody gave you a gift from the heart, something they saw something enough in you to want to give you whatever it was that they gave you. And just because you can't see its benefit right now does not mean that it's not going to be beneficial for you or to someone else at some point.
Exactly.
So yeah.
All right. I was in a session this morning. The same way Natima was always like, I was reading this book. I was reading
this article.
I was in this session this morning on gratitude, and something my grandfather used to say to me came to mind, which was, I cried because I had no shoes till I met a man who had no feet. And so in a comparison world, we're always thinking about what we don't have. I don't have this. I don't have that. I'm going to leave you with this thought on that. For everything you think you don't have, remember there's somebody who has less than you. So, but that's not my gem. I got a gem coming up later on. I got a gem coming up later on, but we're going to move into our final topic of the night, which is attitude of gratitude and abundance. Woohoo!
Ew. So let's give you a little nuggets on the attitude of gratitude. So an attitude of gratitude is a conscious habit of expressing appreciation for all aspects of life, both good and bad. It can help people feel happier, more optimistic, and more compassionate. Some benefits of having an attitude of gratitude are reduced stress, increased feelings of abundance, promotes connection, and it calms the body.
Yup. Adding on to that is it impacts positively your mental health and productivity. So yeah, having an attitude of gratitude is nothing but beneficial all the way around. There's no way to say having an attitude of gratitude can impact you negatively, especially when not only is the science behind it, but God is behind it too. And sometimes those two things don't be on the same page.
They don't. At all.
So we were mentioning earlier about the circular motion, or the cycle of giving and receiving and gratitude. And how about this, right? As someone who works in people operations / HR, do you know more people get hired through connections, like who you know, not what you know, when you apply for those applications? So making sure that your name is on the mouths of people in the rooms where it's happening. People who lack integrity and gratitude, their names aren't spoken in these spaces. These names are not brought up in a positive manner, because when you refer someone in a professional sense, that person becomes a reflection of you. So just in being of a mindset of expressing gratitude and being gracious towards others can actually promote you, not only just in your mental and all that other stuff, but also in life and in your financials.
Absolutely. It's your energy. When you exemplify an attitude of gratitude, it changes your posture, which ultimately will change your position. And you never realize how, when you put that out into the world, when you're just out here, beaming a light of gratitude, the amount of things that will start to come your way the amount of things that will randomly just show up and happen for you will blow your mind. And that's all because of what you're putting out into the atmosphere. People see it. People gravitate towards it. People want to be around it. People want to feed it. Of course, there are haters out there that will try to dim it and put it out. But we're not talking about them because we don't give haters shine over here. We're talking about the people who are really out here trying to do, live, and be better. When you walk into a room with that aura of gratitude, it shifts the room. It shifts the way people approach you. It shifts the way people talk, not only to you, but the way people talk about themselves to you and
Yep.
others. Um, and it will open up the floodgates of things to show up for you. Like Tiff was saying, whether it be opportunities, career opportunities, finances, joy, happiness, peace of mind. It is such a level of insurmountable things that will start to shift in your circumference just by having an attitude of gratitude. It also makes things that used to seem so small and minuscule to you feel so big. It's like the littlest things will just make you happy and joyful, and it's you're not waiting around for this huge unicorn Mount Everest situation or thing to happen to make you happy. Like you were saying earlier today, but it's like you wake up in the morning, like I woke up and my eyes work and my ears work and I can talk and my fingers and my hands work and my legs work. I'm thankful just for that. Instead of waking up and being like, oh, another day. I gotta go to this job. I gotta feed these kids. Guess what? If that's how you start your day, the rest of your day gonna be real long and real sad. Because everything after that is just gonna go downhill. Everything's gonna bother you. Everything's gonna be irritating. Everything's gonna be a problem because you started off with, why? And so you're waiting for this grand thing to happen to shift your why into thank you. No, thank you because I have a job to go to. Thank you because I have food to feed these kids. Thank you because my kids woke up. Thank you because my spouse woke up. Thank you because my parents woke up. You know, thank you because I have a door that I can walk out and walk back into. It's a lot of people that walk out their front door and don't get to walk back in.
Absolutely.
And I ain't even talking about because they passed away. The sheriff then came and put a lock on your door and you can't get back in. And I'm just saying, it's a lot of people that leave their house and come back to a surprise. But be glad that you left your house and you put your key in the door and the lock turned and you was able to walk back in. See, it's the little things. It's the little things. I woke up yesterday and my AC wasn't working. I live in Florida.
In Florida.
But here's why I had to have my attitude of gratitude. My AC did not stop working in August when it was 100,000 degrees outside. When my AC stopped working yesterday, I was fine. I was in here like I wasn't even pressed. I called my like, hey, so you're gonna come fix this AC? He didn't show up today till like 7 o'clock. I was okay. I was listening. The fact that I was called somebody could come, but my gratitude in that was I'm thankful that this didn't happen in August. I wasn't pressed on, oh my gosh, my AC not working. I didn't. I was so unbothered by it. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, thank you. Thank you, Lord, for whatever was wrong with it. Thank you for keeping it through the summer. Okay? And waiting till now.
Yeah.
But okay, that was it for me.
No, I feel you on that. Again, it's the little things that sometimes often get overlooked that people those are the things that people should be the most grateful for having it happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you never know just how simple something that you do can impact someone else. So here's a quick story. I'm going to say 80% of my job requires communication, sending emails, Slack messages, whatever it is. And I always started out with the basic corporate, salutations. And that's not me. Y'all spend every week with me. There's nothing corporate or robotic about me. I had to figure out a way to bring my own energy into these communications. So one day I started an email, hello and great day, and then just proceeded to go on. And then a couple of days later, I sent another communication. And it was hello, good afternoon, great day. And by the third or fourth time of me having that salutation of great day in my email, somebody messaged me privately on Slack and was like, you don't know just how, when I open up your communications and I see that, the wave of positive energy that comes over me. Simply putting the phrase great day into my communications it's now something that's expected. Let me send an email and it doesn't say great day. People are hopping into my Slack. They're like, you okay? You all right?
You're not having a great day? What happened?
You're not having a great day. And I'm like, no. But again, just me putting me and my energy into it had an impact on other people and continues to ripple throughout the organization. And now it's just known, like, if I'm gonna open up a message from Tiffany, it's gonna say hello, great day. Like, or I send my grandson off to school when I speak to him in the mornings, or I take him and I tell him, you have a powerful day at school. There's nothing tangible about those words, but pouring them into somebody is me expressing gratitude that, hey, I get to communicate with you, Yeah. So we're going to come over here to the comments one more time, see what's happening over here. Who else is over in the space? She's up. Miss Diamond is over here. She says she a work in progress. What happened, Diamond? We're going to have you on the show. You be in the comments like this. I'm still a work in progress. I'm already irritated about going to work tomorrow.
Listen, girl, Diamond, listen.
You be grateful you have that job for tomorrow.
You be grateful. I was like, be grateful you got that job. Christmas around the corner. Be grateful, because it's some people out here that ain't got that don't have a job or had a job and lost it. So be grateful you got that job. Don't let them kids. Here's a positive way to look at it. They're not your kids, so you get to send them home
at 3:00.
At 3:00, they gotta go. So look at it that way. Listen, I'm gonna deal with y'all for this, and then also positive note. Y'all about to be on break for a couple weeks. Positive. Next week, y'all got a little couple days for Thanksgiving. Then like 2 more weeks after that, y'all going on like 2-week break for Christmas. So focus on that. Focus on the break.
And there's something that you are learning about yourself that you are going to be able to take forward with the rest of your life that you are learning from these little middle school kids.
Diamond is cutting up. Diamond said people better be grateful for my love, because that's what they getting for Christmas.
I love you so much, Millie. I love you.
I love it.
We are coming around to that 9:00 hour. And so it is time for us to begin to wind down. But before we do, because y'all have asked for it, where's it at, Mel? Where can people, if they want to show their gratitude towards the Diamond Writers and what it is that they do, how can they bless us? How can they send us love offerings?
Yes. If y'all want to show us some love, of course, our love and our conversation and everything is free of charge. But if, as they say in church, if you want to give a love offering, you can hit us on our Cash App at $transparentgem and show us some love. Whether you do or you don't, we love you the same. It does not change. But for those that would like to, we appreciate you and we thank you. All right, so it is time for Here's a Gem. Ooh. All right, Tiff, what's your gem for the people?
All right. Here we go, because I had to write it down. I bet you have an app on your phone right now that pertains to your finances. You get a little notification when there's been a deposit. You get a little notification when there's been a withdrawal, right? But are you keeping tabs on your gratitude bank? When was the last time you made a deposit into that gratitude bank? Think something was thankful for something that happened to you, for what you experienced, for what you have. So I'm challenging everybody. I'm tasking everybody today. It is 9:01 Eastern Standard Time. That means we got 2 hours, 58 minutes, and some seconds. Go make a deposit into your gratitude bank before you go to bed tonight.
Ooh. I need a I don't have
I
no
know,
sound
right? We
effects.
need.
I don't have no sound
Now keep
effects.
making them deposits into that cash
So
app.
we
We
can
might
get
be
some
able to
sound
get a
effects.
sound effect machine.
So my gym today is, I guess, a bit of a task. So I want you to notice, think, feel, and do. Notice what you have in your life or what has come into your life, no matter how small. Think about why you have received this or why it's here, who played a role in making it possible, and why they did so. Feel the positive emotions that come with receiving from others and connecting them to the real gift, the kindness, the generosity, or love that someone else has shown you. And then do something to express your appreciation. So notice, think, feel, do. That's what I need y'all to do. But we are out of time. We thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Hustle and Shine. As I said at the beginning of the show, if you missed it, make sure that you go over to the website and register for the last workshop in our November journaling workshop series happening this coming Sunday at 6 p.m. Our lovely diamond sister, Jessica N., will be your workshop facilitator. If you missed the other three, don't miss this last one. It is our last workshop for the year, but they will be back next year. Also, while you are on the site, make sure you go and submit your nominations for the Diamond and Blanc Awards Gala that will be happening in New York City in May of 2025. Nominations are now open. You can nominate yourself, a gem, or a gent. So fellas, you can get in here this time. So make sure y'all nominate. There are 8 categories that you can nominate for.
Educators, philanthropy, entrepreneurship.
Power.
Listen, they're all up there. They're all up there. Go read them.
So go on the website, check it out. Make sure you submit your nominations, register for our workshop. And then, of course, make sure you tune in next Wednesday for our season finale for this season of the Hustle and Shine podcast. We are going to go on break and enjoy the holidays with our family, and then we'll be back in the new year. So make sure you tune in and vibe with us next week. The Queen Pen hopefully will be back for our season finale. But we thank y'all for rocking with us. What is this? This is season 4?
We're closing. I think it's mid-season 5, mid-season 4. Because everything, it's all 4, 4, 4, 4. Everything is 4.
Yes,
it's
so we're season 4.
We'll be back.
Yes. So, other than that, y'all know what y'all supposed to do.
Continue to hustle and shine.
Good night.
Let's go. Let's go.